Hey, Roundtable listeners, we're looking to get some sponsors for the show, so if you want to help us out, go to surveymonkey.com/s/Holdenators. That's surveymonkey.com/s/Holdenators. And you can help us out by just giving us some of your information, and we can take to some potential sponsors. Now, on with the Roundtable.
The Roundtable.
Gentlemen,
Aye.
let's broaden our minds.
Lay on, gentlemen, and let them know what's what. Fire at will. It's time for action, gentlemen. Gentlemen of the Roundtable.
What's the topic of discussion?
Civility, gentlemen. Always civility.
All right, everyone, welcome to the show. Jake, you have to pray. You're sitting in for Holden McNeely, who thankfully is not here.
I'd like to do in his honor, I'd like to do a guided meditation.
I thought we were going to get rid of these for a goddamn week.
I want to be...
Imagine you're sitting on the Sierra. The sun burns your face, but in a way it's refreshing. Then you feel a bump on your neck. It's growing at an alarming rate. It's swelling, doubling in size every second. Oh God, this is it. It's getting bigger and bigger and, oh, Jesus, it hurts. Why? Why does it hurt so much? And release.
Well, I thought the bump was going to be Holden. All right, well, that'll do. Thank you, Jake. Welcome to the Roundtable of Gentlemen. We have a huge round table today, so that'll be exciting. But let's go through the normal people that are here. Jackie Zebrowski.
I'm here, and I just want to give a shout-out to Henry Zebrowski. I decided that our song today was Somewhere Out There by Linda Ronstadt and that soulful black man.
Nice. I love him.
Man,
You know the one.
You know the guy. You don't know the guy, but he sings a song Just Once, which everybody knows, and you think you don't know it, but you definitely fucking know it. And I watched the video about 5 times today, and he hasn't responded to me yet, so I just wanted to say it out loud to everyone.
Holden hasn't responded to you?
Henry hasn't responded yet that this is going to be our song while he's gone, so I just want to look up at the sky and think of him, you know?
That's from the Coming to America movie?
American Tail.
It's
the mouse. Yeah, 50 Goes West is the second one, which I thought that was the first one.
All right. Well, our fat friend Ed is still out of the state here. He's in Los Angeles working with Jeffrey Ross. Sitting in for him, Christopher Laker.
Hey, what's up?
What's your favorite addition to the American Tail story?
I like the straight-to-videos.
I'm so happy to have another bearded fellow in between me and Marcus again, because I hate sitting next to Marcus. I love Marcus, but I hate sitting next to him.
Yeah, I'm a horrible person to sit next to in this show.
It's the lice, isn't it? It's mostly the lice.
Yeah, and it's all of his touching, you know? He does a lot of squirmy touching.
I've never done it, man. I've always been across, and I just realized that it's better.
It's so much
better.
You don't want to see what's on the screen. You don't want to know what's going on. It's just so much easier this way.
That's right. As we said earlier, Holden McNeely is not here because I have no idea why.
Thank fucking
His
God
parents
he's
are in
not
town.
here.
His parents are in town, so they're regretting having him as a child right now. Sitting in for Holden, Jake Young from Nerd of Mouth, and a whole series of other funny things.
In Holden's place, I'd just like to say for the audience out there, incest is wrong.
Whoa!
Shots fired, Holden. Shots fired. Enjoy your weekend with your parents.
Oh, my God.
That's wrong. What? Because it's gross?
He likes to fuck his mother.
Yeah, Holden wants to have sex with his mom.
But is that illegal?
Yes.
Very much so.
The vagina is a one-way path for a child. Only out. You cannot go back
What
in.
about fingers, though?
No.
What if you're cousins, it's Montana and the 1800s?
Well, yeah, anything goes. That's fine. Kevin,
That's why in the incest porn it always says in parentheses, simulated. Right?
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
There was a guy named Jesse in college, and we called him Uncle Jesse. He had come all over his sweatpants, and that's all he would watch was mother-daughter porn. It was the strangest thing.
Only mother-daughter porn?
Only mother-daughter. You just like to watch a daughter eat out her mother.
Were you just like partying and he'd just be in the corner? How did you know all this?
That's literally what would happen because it was a dorm. So he would just be watching his porno. We'd be doing drugs and getting drunk. He was just a nerd who played, games like StarCraft and other stuff that Kevin likes.
Oh yeah, calm down with all that shit, man.
And the thrill of victory once you finally defeat that Zerg Rush, you gotta jerk off to some incest porn.
It was so funny because you know that experience where you have as a young dude where you start sharing porn with friends. friends, and then you always found out one friend was into shit that you never thought of before. So I had another friend, half of his porno was chicks with dicks, and he didn't think it was strange, but I was like, they have dicks. He's like, but they're chicks. I'm like, they are dudes. They are men, dude. He loved that porno, and then that's why you have to stop sharing your truth. All right, how you doing, Kevin?
I'm all right, man. I'm here, man. I'm chilling. Throat hurts. That's fine.
That's good. All right, in the chuckle, Matt Morado is here. Thanks for being here, Matt.
Thank you.
All right, and then great Irene Morales, and thank you for being here. Did I say that name right?
Yeah, you said it perfect.
All right, Irene, thank you so much for being here. And you guys know each other from Florida, right, Kev?
Yeah, comedy shit, Florida shit, all that shit.
That's great.
Describe Florida shit, just real quickly.
You're talking about like driving cars, man. Fucking eating pizzas, man. Just all that shit, dude.
Sounds like a lot of... Okay. Great times.
Florida-style pizza is just a human ankle.
With
I do love that
pineapple on
zombie
it.
attack. All right, Marcus, I guess let's do a news story. Or is
And
there anything
also Mike Guild as well.
Oh, Mike Guild, I'm so sorry. I don't see well.
Hiding in the corner over there.
I don't
Yes.
see
Big
well.
shout out to all my swamp ninjas.
Swamp ninjas.
All
You're not
right.
allowed to say that.
Yeah, that's a...
I'm from
I learned.
Florida. I can say that.
Marcus gave me a good lesson on things I'm not allowed to say. Another fucking lesson after last week of the words I'm not allowed to say. I didn't know. I
Jackie,
didn't know I wasn't allowed to say
Jackie,
it.
what are the words you're not allowed to say?
No, you did not.
Good instincts. Good instincts. I'm
Yeah.
proud of
I
you.
don't know. It's just an interesting choice to be on this thing, and the first thing you say is a racial slur.
No, it just means he listens to the show.
Yeah,
That's all.
no, it's dope.
Yeah.
Swamp ninjas are great. I would love to be called a swamp ninja.
But Swamp
Call
Ninja
me a
is
swamp ninja
okay.
every
You're
day.
allowed to say Swamp Ninja.
Are you not aware of the secret Cuban ninja war that's been raging in the Everglades since 1987?
Oh, it's a Cuban thing, so we're definitely allowed to say it.
I was watching the NCAA tournament today, the Louisville game. There was a kid named Tum Tum, and his mother named him after one of the three ninjas, Tum Tum. I swear to God, the announcer's like, yeah, he got his name from the three ninjas. And I was like, that is the best
Wasn't
name.
Tum Tum the one that liked to eat all the food?
Oh, the Twizzlers, my favorite character. I'm
course
not
he's-
naming my kid after him.
I think his special attack, he harnessed his ninja power when they realized they could just roll him into a ball and just throw him at people.
That's what it was, right?
That's how
That was
he
his
mastered
thing?
martial arts. They were just like, you're heavy, we're going to throw you at criminals.
I love the idea. That's not bad. You'd be a great crime fighter yourself.
Oh, I would swing in like a wrecking ball and fight crime every day.
Oh, I love Miley Cyrus. All right, Marcus, let's do a news story.
Roger Pinberthy, a web developer from England with terminal cancer, has come up with a unique approach to helping his family and friends deal with his inevitable passing. He plans to be buried with a webcam in his coffin, providing a streaming feed of his decomposing body.
I love it. This is so fun.
I never wanted to be buried before.
Yeah.
Now it sounds like but I'd like to be put in one of those drawers in a wall with the webcam. You know those like they
Yeah,
have
it's
more
a crypt. Yeah, it's a mausoleum. Yeah.
like they did with Mickey and Rocky, whatever one he died in.
Rocky IV.
Yes.
They put a webcam in there?
No, but they put him in a wall. They didn't have webcams yet. They just put like one of those VHS cameras.
Oh, okay.
This isn't he's not going to take care of his family just from that. After the first week, people are going to get bored. What he has to do is build a hydraulic system so like once a month he just moves a little.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, what's happening? That would you pay a subscription, people would be locked into it.
I love this idea. I was talking to my friend who lost her mother, and she was saying that she has a paranoia that her mother is still alive, and she wishes that her mom had a webcam inside the casket so she could watch her regularly. I guess kind of just become Earth.
Yeah.
But it would be nice to be reassured that your mother is dead and not suffering in a casket underneath the ground.
Yeah, but over the years, you're just going to take all the video and just do the speed up version of it, and that's going to be really fucking cool, like
Yeah.
what they do with flowers. And shit.
Exactly. Irene, it'll be kind of funny. You know those videos where you can grab the microphone? Oh, okay. That's better for the recording. Like how people take a picture a day for a year about their hair and stuff, and you watch the transition.
And then she gets beaten up by her boyfriend.
Yeah, did you see that?
Have you seen
It's a
those?
YouTube video.
Yeah, it's like
It's
watch
really
how a
shitty.
woman changes over a year, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, she has all these back and blues and August,
Yeah,
and then
it's some
goes
pretty girl
away.
from
I don't
Ukraine.
appreciate that shit, man. When it's like I'm thinking of watching
Neither
it-
did she.
Yeah, they're like watching her
Damn!
change or whatever. Now I gotta see this hurt woman. I don't want to see that shit.
I've never seen the
She
video.
didn't want to see it either.
Yeah, you want to see what happens next, and that's what happens next. She gets fucking the shit beat out of her.
What's your favorite thing to watch on YouTube,
My
Kevin?
favorite shit to watch on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Breakdancing.
No, it's not fucking breakdancing.
Lonely white dudes reviewing knives.
Nah, just footage of the ocean, man. Just in general. Just the ocean itself.
I think it's lovely. This guy that's getting buried and having the webcam, he actually has a very good positive attitude.
Yeah, he says, I have a very pragmatic approach to death, and I fear it not to the slightest degree. The same cannot be said for my wife, who does nothing but cry when she thinks of me gone.
Oh, that dumbass chick, man. She's so fucking stupid. I'm ready to die, man. I'm excited. I already got my plan. It's better than his plan.
What's
what I'm
yours?
going to do is I'm going to be buried, and in my shit, it's going to play nonstop, just trap music. It's the best trap music, right? But I'm going to be at the end of a strip of, like, all the bars, and then my shit's going to be right on the other side of the street where there's no more bars, and people going to walk and they hear the trap music. Oh, shit. There's another dope bar that's open playing all this trap. It's 5 a.m. They walk over. It's like, all right, that's right. It's just Kevin. He's dead.
Party at Kevin.
Are you gonna update the music? Because that's not.
Nope. All we playing is No Type by Ray Swanberg over and over and over again.
It's a moment in time captured.
Well, this guy says, I have therefore made provision for a webcam to be placed in my coffin along with a light, all powered by a solar panel, which will be incorporated into my gravestone. He said, my wife and my friends will be able to log on to IamDead.com anytime they want to check in with me and observe nature taking its course.
I really think this is sweet. Matt, you have a significant other. Would you want to see her corpse rot or not?
I would. She actually wants us to be buried in the same casket together.
Well, then you would have to die at the same time.
People,
No. Like if he dies and then I die later, they just like take him up and like put me in there.
You can build like
You're gonna put your
a
fresh dead body on top of his old dead
Yeah,
body?
we'll be dead. It doesn't matter.
That is so weird, though. You got to leave her, Matt. That is creepy.
I think that you know what? I think there's people that would love to watch us decomposing together, as a couple, and I'm going to do it for them.
Oh, that's how they up the game. It's like I don't want to just see a solo cam. I want to see a couple's dead people show.
Right. I mean, who's jacking off to this cam? Oh, I love that new porn site. I'm dead.com. I can't stop jacking off to that dude.
This is a great plan because the one thing about dying is you don't want your chick to be with another dude.
Oh, this will terrify him.
You know, that's why I always respect Yoko Ono. She never hooked up with never married another guy after John Lennon got shot.
She's too busy screaming in the MoMA hall when
Yeah,
it's gone to the
but
so bad.
Yoko Ono, are you here? It was amazing.
And everybody's having fun with this. The people at work, they're even like running a side bet on which one of his eyes will disappear first.
Cool.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What happens to the human eye? I guess it
liquefies.
go in.
Yeah,
It
it putrefies just like all the rest of it.
Oh, man.
So we going in on this? I'm saying left.
I'm going to go left eye also.
Why? Because of TLC?
I love
I
Lisa
mean, you
Left
did
Eye.
go first, so I guess you got it in the Hey, guys.
Speaking of porno, holy Christ, that creep video from what was it, 95, 96?
96.
Red Light Special.
Yeah.
There was a woman, and her name was Jamie Molinarski. And she loved Lisa Left Eye Lopez and what was the name of the group there? TLC. Tender Loving Care. And they were and that's why I liked them so much because they were emotional. And that Red Light Special song was the hottest video I've ever seen in my life.
It was nothing compared to the In Vogue Don't Let Go video.
And it's also, it's funny that we...
video is sexy as
In
hell.
Vogue, Irene, welcome. Yeah.
And TLC is actually for T-Baw's Left Eye and Chili.
Thank you very much.
Correct.
I wasn't going to say it,
Confirmed.
Yeah.
I thought it was for tables, ladders, and chairs.
Now that's bad.
No, they're the ones who sang "No Pigeons." If you remember that parody
I
song.
love that song. Oh, that's right. In Vogue was so hot. Lisa Left Eye Lopez, you mentioned people liquefying. She became liquefied in the Waterfalls video. She turned into water.
Yeah.
Which was so
Bringing
hot.
it all
I would
together.
Always come at that time, so I am a waterphilic. I just
It'd
love
be
it.
hydrophilic.
Hydrophilic, yeah. I love it when people turn into water. It's really the only example I've ever seen of it.
If it wasn't for the song "Unpretty," I would have terrible body issues instead of the sex god you see before you right now.
I love that song.
Yeah, I took Unpretty way too seriously.
Yeah. I think everybody did at the time. I was like, you're right, girl. Damn, you know. Yeah.
The one chick
you're
died of
right.
AIDS in that video. Remember
don't
that?
get me
That was
started.
Waterfalls, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
we learned a lot of
waterfalls.
lessons in the 90s, guys.
So many, man.
Now, about this dead weirdo.
Yep. He said, you have to look on the bright side, I think. After all, as the skin from around my mouth disappears, it'll look as though I'm getting happier and happier.
Jesus Christ, who is this guy?
Until there's nothing left but a huge shit-eating grin. I love this guy.
Is he from Florida?
He's from England.
Oh,
It does seem like more of a Florida thing
or
to do.
Australia.
He's from Cornwall.
What do you think,
Oh,
Irene?
there,
Would you
that's
ever go to the website? You fall in love with a man? Would you ever watch his corpse decomposing?
I mean, that's some stalker shit. Oh, am I not allowed to curse?
Oh, you can curse.
I think Matt was pulling your leg earlier.
How many minutes of blatant necrophilia did you listen to?
All right. So, Mike Guild, you're here as well. What do you think? How do you want it? Do you want a camera? Do you just want to be behind glass in a public square? I do like the idea of having your body sort of. This is kind of a modern day mummification to some degree.
Mm-hmm.
He's never going to be dead. He's going to stay alive forever. This is sort of the extension of. This is sort of the extension of what Walt Disney did when he froze his brain. But if you're on television or the internet, you're never gone.
Yeah, he'll be alive until the solar flares bring the electromagnetic pulse and knock out all of the energy, thus bringing about the second dark age of humanity.
Pinbirther planned for that. He has solar panels in the grave itself. As soon as you said his name was Pinbirther, I was like, nothing you say will weird me out.
It's also like last names are given for what people used to do for jobs, right? So what the fuck is a Pinbirther?
Well, Needle Dick was already taken.
Oh man, I forgot about freezing. I want to be frozen. This is my will right now. I want to be frozen.
Well, do you know what happened with Walt Disney? So if they ever do end up opening it because they fucked up the pressure, so whenever they do open that door, the whole thing's going to explode. So he's totally screwed.
But
So you got
that's
to do it
even
right.
better. That's awesome. It's like then take out a bunch of people when they do try to take you out.
I want my whole body frozen in a plexiglass cylinder, and my remaining fortune will be spent on a Mr. Freeze cosplayer who will just cry next to it forever.
Like
my Nora. I just want that. And it'll be like, man, this is the sweetest gig ever. I've gone insane, but I like it.
I want to be stuffed. I want to be stuffed and mounted in a chair, reading a newspaper. You know, it's left in the middle of Grand Central for a couple hours. Just see if anyone notices.
Nobody will.
one
You
will.
all got it wrong.
Fun fact, it is illegal to taxidermy a human being.
Why?
Well, I'm not going to get in trouble.
Good luck finding a taxidermist who'll do it. You got to get a crooked one.
No, go
and
to
a crooked one's
Florida.
not going to be good.
I'm sure it ain't hard to find, man. I'm sure there's somebody ready. Easy.
I'll try
$500.
Yeah.
Taxidermy
How about
shit.
an extra 50? Okay, fine.
Yeah, fuck it.
But what
I've
if
been
it's
eating
your own-
packing peanuts since 1997. I'm going to be fine. I just will stand where I live. It's fine. It's great.
It'll be
Well,
perfect.
What if it's your own body part? Because I remember between my drive from Tallahassee to my hometown, there was a taxidermist that I would stop at that he taxidermied his own hand because he
really?
lost his hand. Yeah.
Where did it go?
I don't know what happened, but he had a hook and he had his hand. I'm assuming it's his. I could not be his.
I hope it is.
But he had one.
But he didn't have a hand, but there was
so
also.
I assumed it was his.
This is like thesis project.
Maybe.
College.
I don't know, man. It was the kind of man you didn't ask a lot of questions of.
Yeah, you just stop by there while you're driving by.
Yeah. Well, because he also sold barbecue out front.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that is creepy. That's what I want to be, though. Barbecue.
Come on down
That's
to
what
One
I
Art Steve's Barbecue Shack. One taste and you'll be hooked.
Oh, that's good, Jay. Very
You
good.
should go down and help him with his PR because no one was stopping there.
Definitely not.
He's got a fucking hand in the back.
I love the.
It's adorable, Jackie, that you think he's still alive.
I hope he is. I just don't understand. How do you taxidermy when you got one hand? That's got to be a hard process.
Practice,
Use the hook.
practice.
I love that old hook hand, though. I want to cut off one of my hands. The hook hand is a great look. It's scary, intimidating. It's like it is, and you can grab money really fun. It's like I don't need a money clip. I have a hand. Oh, I love it.
You can slide down rails and shit.
Like a grappling hook.
You can do anything. Live like Data from the Goonies. That'd be perfect. Irene, you would date a guy with a one hand, or is that a deal breaker?
Yeah, it's a deal breaker.
It is?
For sure. Yeah. Oh, come on. How are we
So
gonna
much
cuddle?
bigotry in such a tiny
Open your
frame.
mind up, man.
No, I think I'd probably buy him a hand. I'd probably buy him a hand from the check.
Yeah.
And then
Happy
just
birthday.
sass him up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it would be great because especially if you had a fake hand, it's like you know when you do the stranger when you sit on your hand and then you jerk off with it after and then it's like if you had a fake hand, it's like, oh, who's this other dead man that has his fingers inside of me?
And you know how like when you cuddle, like that one of your arms always falls
Goes
asleep?
dead, yeah.
That would not be a so yeah.
It
Actually,
would not be.
I would totally go for it.
Yeah, and you can like stab your hand in public, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, he's stabbing his hand, and it's fake and
That
stuff."
could be our party trick. Like,
Yeah,
I have a bunch of fun, man.
That fake hand would be great for jacking. Right? And you could let your friends use it. What the hell?
I guess so.
Why not?
Yeah, it just washes off.
Yeah, Marcus has a fleshlight. I guess you could make a fleshlight hand type thing.
There's already some weirdo with a 3D printer that's made it. We just have to look on the internet.
You can make anything into a flashlight if you try hard enough.
What else is in the news?
Yeah, that sounds about right. So the guy's filming himself. He's in the grave. His wife is crying all the time thinking about his death. All right.
Yeah, let's move on to DC news. A man walked into an Annapolis elementary school this week and began handing money to students before he was removed from the school and arrested on an open warrant. Torrance Wallace, 47, appeared to be under the influence when he entered Georgetown East Elementary School through the cafeteria kitchen shortly before noon on Monday. He made his way through the kitchen and into the cafeteria where he began handing money to 4-year-olds on their lunch break.
This is like the most fun thing to do when you're drunk. Did the man just make every right decision possible? The idea of giving money to 4-year-olds in a cafeteria when you're blasted off your ass is extremely enjoyable. I never thought about it before until this man did it, and I desperately want to do it. But of course, I probably have a warrant too. So
when did being a philanthropist become illegal in this country?
Yeah, they said that although he was talking with students, he never made any threatening remarks or gestures. He made his way into a hallway where he was confronted by a teacher and then turned around and went back into the cafeteria where he figured he was safe.
God, how did he get in? My mother had a hard time getting into my school. It's like she had to get frisked every time she came in.
He got in through the cafeteria door. He went, he knocked on the door. The cafeteria worker came, assumed he was there to make a delivery. He wandered in.
And he was.
Racism.
Well,
what do you mean race? How?
Because he's just there to make a delivery. Did he have any packages with him?
What race was the guy? We don't even know what race he was.
I'm looking at the screen.
He's black.
Oh, he's a black
He's a black guy. Yeah,
But he's
here.
an older
This
guy
is
with.
great.
He's
It's
a
racist.
bald
This guy. You know how black guys always get into schools. They always let him in there.
Through the
He's an
cafeteria.
older guy.
I want this
That's the magic of black.
This stereotype needs to be all. You know, black people, they're always breaking into cafeterias giving money to 4-year-olds. Typical.
That sounds like
You know what? Honestly, though, in my mind, I don't imagine this hard. You show up to a school you have no business being at. Pack a lunch. Sit down. Eat that shit. No one will say anything to you. You just a dude eating lunch at this school.
I don't know. You might be hard and ready to fucking burst, man.
No, I think that's the problem.
He was fucked up on who knows what. He was listening to Raw Dog Comedy on Sirius XM, heard yet another hacky joke about how black dudes don't tip, and he was like, I'll show them. I'll show them all.
What was he saying to these kids, too? Like, oh, here a little something for you now.
Why'd you get chicken?
Right.
Get some pizza. Your mom don't want you to get pizza.
Well, we don't know what he spoke about.
I imagine he just opened up a briefcase full of money, exploded in the air, and just yelled, chocolate milk for everyone!
That's so great.
it sounds like a coked up thing. It sounds like a cocaine.
Yeah. Yep, a routine check revealed Wallace had an open warrant for possession of a controlled dangerous substance, not marijuana, and possession of drug paraphernalia. He was caught with cocaine earlier this month.
Ding, 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 ding.
And remember, it was noon on a Tuesday.
That's the great time to get money.
So he was going up on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's having a good time on a
Why
Tuesday.
not? I think this, you know, not all things that are illegal are wrong. Well, I think we need to encourage more activity like this.
Wandering into schools and giving children money?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why not? He didn't hurt anybody. The kids got them. I mean, they don't know what money is. They're 4.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I'm
one
sure-
of the kids turned in the money to his teachers. Like, here, the strange man gave me this money.
That's
We
so
all
cute.
know that kid.
Oh, that teacher kept that money.
Definitely. It would be weird if you're a teacher and all your kids come back from lunch with like $10. You're like, what the hell happened? What happened at lunch?
The nice man.
Where did this happen?
This was in Maryland, Annapolis.
Man.
Oh, interesting.
Why?
What is it? Isn't that some sort of American government town?
Yeah. These liberals handing out money.
Yeah, this happened again in 2013. It happened at Brooklyn Park Middle School when a homeless man walked through an unsecured door and fell asleep in a hallway.
That's nice. Yeah. You know? I don't know.
How much money did he hand out to 4-year-olds?
This is also in Maryland. This isn't Brooklyn, New York. That was Brooklyn, Maryland. So Maryland has a homeless problem, seems like.
And they're also taking our cities.
Jake, you're from Maryland, right?
I lived in Silver Spring for a few years. It's the homeless in D.C. are of a particular. They just get by. They're just fine. Nobody's like, everyone's like, I'm sorry, I have to run the world. I can't pay attention to you. So like they're just kind of like ghost people. But honestly, if there was a homeless guy sleeping in my grade school, all my teachers would just be like, children, come out here, come out here. This is what happens if you don't do your goddamn math homework.
Wasn't that like a Joe Pesci movie? He was like
With
sleeping in the
honors.
school.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Madonna did the song for it. Yeah.
With honors. That's a great one.
With Brendan Fraser, hot to trot. But he was he pretended to be some like great literary guy, but it turns out he was nothing. He was just a fucking homeless guy.
I loved Brendan Fraser. Whatever happened to him? Insano Man. Encino Man was fun. He was frozen.
He did that Looney Tunes movie, then felt so much shame he decided to never leave his house anymore.
Oh.
What, the Bones movie? What was it?
Oh,
Monkey Bones.
We're not talking about Monkey
We're
Bones.
not talking about Monkey Bones?
We're never going to talk about Monkey Bones.
What about Bedazzled?
Don't even know what that is.
Bedazzled was good. It was
With Elizabeth.
No, was it bedazzled or bedeviled?
Was it Bedeviled?
I think it was bedeviled.
No.
It's bedazzled.
It was as bedazzled?
It was bedazzled?
Bedazzled. I think
It was
we're all-
bedazzled. That's why I had all those
bedazzled.
rhinestones on my pussy.
Ah, I remember that. I put him there.
I only went to DC one time in my entire life, and this second I get off the train, I'm walking through. I'm gonna go down to their subway system, and some cops stop me, and they're just like busting my chops for smelling like weed. And talked to him for 10 minutes, show my ID, it was all good. And then I walk 30 feet away and take the stairs down to the subway system of Washington, D.C. And there's just two dudes sitting there smoking crack. Like 30 feet away from these cops who were just hassling me about smelling like weed.
Well, they had crack, though. That's a whole other, that's a sad ball game.
Yeah, they can't afford a fine.
It's fine. Yeah.
The point is, some kid's Yu-Gi-Oh deck got way sweeter, and you should thank that homeless guy. No, wait, crazy drug dealer?
He wasn't homeless. He was just a cokehead.
Okay.
I don't think the guy did anything wrong. He was being a sweet fella.
He should be celebrated, man.
Yeah. That's why you don't carry money with you when you do a bunch of coke, because you'll start giving it away.
Yeah.
Every
That
time I
money
get
probably
high,
had
man.
enough cocaine residue on it to get 4-year-olds high.
Oh yeah, that's true. He did probably give him all the money was all rolled up.
He looks great. He's 47. He looks great for 47.
He does look really good.
He looks good because of all the joy getting those kids money, man.
I would definitely kiss him hard.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, why isn't this like a positive pick-me-up story? You know, it feels like it's like a Scrooge situation. But when Scrooge grows a heart and he understands what love is.
Yeah, it's like the end of Scrooge, except if he got, he was doing all that blow and got put into jail for it. Remember, especially with the little rabbit in the Muppet Christmas Carol, where it's like he definitely wanted to bang that fucking rabbit. Remember when he sends him to go get the turkey? I feel like he at least brought him up and like gave him a hand job before he went to go get the turkey.
A rabbit bought a turkey?
Yeah. Huh. Remember?
I don't remember.
The way Muppets work, they can
Carol?
only give hand jobs.
Isn't that something?
You know what? This guy, he wasn't charged with. They didn't charge him with trespassing or anything like that. They just arrested him for the, the cocaine warrant.
That's good. Okay.
And now he's the principal.
Oh, this is just Stand and Deliver. You're just describing the plot of Stand and Deliver.
Yeah.
It's weird those kids made more money at lunch than their teacher did. That's probably why he got caught in the first place. Was the kid came back. Josh was like, "Look, teacher, look at all the money I made at lunch." She got pissed off, said, "I don't make that much," and then went and called the principal. Got it all figured out.
It's a small price to pay for that prison gruel that these kids have to eat. They should get paid for eating that nonsense.
Ooh, I got a prison story.
Ooh, good.
Ooh, I love prison stories.
I actually got a couple of prison stories. The first one is about love.
Oh, good.
An infamous killer who strangled a gay man has married a fellow murderer in the first known same-sex marriage inside a British prison.
They fixed him. Let him free. He did it.
I guess I was just trying to murder myself.
Mikhail Golidinov was locked up in 1997 for the murder of a Salford man, Adrian Kaminsky, who he had met through a gay chat line before luring him into his home in Boston. The case made headlines at the time as Golidinov, a convicted child sex offender, was being monitored by police as part of an undercover operation, and officers were sat outside his home in Ebsworth in Boston at the time of the killing. Golidinov, who was 23 when he was jailed for life in 1997, married fellow inmate Mark Goodwin, 31, at a ceremony on Friday. Goodwin was sentenced to life behind bars in 2007 for a gay-bashing killing on Blackpool seafront. The men revealed last month that they had posted a notice of marriage at a nearby registrar's office, which was displayed for 15 days. According to reports today, the wedding ceremony was attended by just a handful of relatives and a few convicts.
That's so nice,
It's
though.
a beautiful story, man.
If anyone has a reason why these two should not be wed, shank now or forever hold your peace.
What is happening in Britain? Why is it becoming Florida all of a sudden? Like,
Yeah, we got a couple of stories from England.
they're getting all the good news stories.
I wonder if any of you guys know. So, especially I've been recently talking about Paradise Lost a lot, and everyone knows Damien Eccles got married when he's in jail. So, if you were married and you were in jail, do you get conjugal time?
It all depends on the state. In California, if you're in prison for the death penalty or in life in prison, I think, or if you murdered someone, one of those, you can't get conjugal visits. Charles Manson cannot get conjugal visits.
I'm sure in Arkansas there's no conjugal visits.
There might be. I don't know.
But
Conjugal
I wonder
visits,
if
6.
in over in England, jolly old, I mean, obviously they're not going to shack up together in a cell. They won't let that
They
happen.
won't. Actually, I did read that in another cover of this story. They said that they will not let them live together. They can't live in the same cell.
Those
Well,
fuckers.
Oh, this is homophobic. I have long been for gay British murderers in prison to get married, way before anybody else.
Here.
And now they should be able. They're not allowed to live together. Why? Because they're in prison.
Where are their adopted Chinese daughters going to live?
I like to imagine that one of them is on board for this, and the other one just thinks this is like an escape plan. They're halfway through an escape plan.
That, or
Like,
at least it's a way to protect himself, I imagine.
Tell
right?
me again, why do I have to suck your dick before we go through the air ducts? It's about losing weight.
Dude, you
Charles
can't. You shouldn't marry somebody in prison, man. It's gonna be so awkward when you break up.
Oh, you see each other
They're
all the
both in
time.
for life.
Yeah. Charles Manson, not allowed to procreate. They were worried he was going to smuggle his sperm out and put it into Star, that gal. She wanted to have the kid with him, which that would have been adorable to see him try to smuggle. What's in your hands, Charlie? Oh, no, nothing, just 8 billion people. Oh, no,
Seeds of the universe!
Seeds of the universe. That is the name of Charlie Manson's sperm. The seeds of the universe.
This is actually the original script for I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry. Then the suits got a hold of it.
Right. Yeah, one of them was found guilty of murdering a guy and is jailed for life. The other one is in prison for a minimum of 20 years, but he has the possibility of getting out.
Wow.
So there might be a split here.
That's got to be real awkward, though, man.
He's probably the top.
It's bizarre that one person has been sentenced to life twice, if you think about marriage as prison.
That's good, Kissel. That was a good one.
Irene, how much did you fall in love with me?
I've ever heard.
Oh my God, you should have checked out my Twitter today.
It was pretty good.
What kind of medical cream does a pig use? Ointment. You got it, Irene?
Yeah, ointment, yeah.
Well, there are 13 people who agree with you. 13 faves. 3 retweets. Ointment. Kind of fun.
I really liked it.
Yeah.
Is it one of those weird retweets from just pigtweets.org? Whenever you make a joke just out of nowhere.
So somebody's just searching it? Yeah.
Yeah, well, I got 26 faves on better to be throwing up than not showing up.
Yeah, I saw you. I thought there was too many faves. I was like, why is she getting all
Which I said while I was puking while I was at work.
Yeah.
And you work in there.
Yeah, in the food industry. But that's fine. I was in the bathroom. It's fine.
That's good. That's good. All right, Marcus, where are we at? So this lovely prison couple is getting married.
Yeah, they're getting married. Nobody objects to the wedding, really. A poll on the website that I'm here as the Daily Mail. Sorry, they did a poll to see who Do you think that they should get married? Do you think prisoners should be allowed to be married?
Right.
I voted yes.
Good.
But I was in the minority. Only 20% of the people that voted said that prisoners should be able to get married.
Why the hell not? Let him get married.
He's a murderer. He doesn't deserve any cock.
Yeah, I mean, I guess why not? You know, if it works out for him.
I mean, if you're answering an online poll, you're already a lonely weirdo. Hi, Marcus. And
Hello.
it's just like, you're like, oh, even murderers get love? That's not fair.
But at a certain point, it's like, especially if you're serving a life sentence in prison, what is the point? You could roll up on some dude who's just bigger than you, and you're straight, and he's gay, and he says, "Nigga, we married." And then you're married to the guy. You're married. You can just say that.
Oh my God!
I don't understand what the point of getting married is.
Ooh, I should go to
law.
prison.
That's common law prison marriage.
Yeah.
I feel like it just gives them a reason to keep going every day. Because other than that, you're just trying to figure out a way to kill yourself, right?
Absolutely.
You guys want to see a picture of these fellas?
Yeah, let's watch the happy couple. Oh, they're creepy.
Yeah, they're both super creepy murderers.
Is the one guy an ex-Nazi who is living in like Argentina or something? Where's that picture from, Marcus?
I don't know. That's a weird picture, but yeah, that's Mikhail Galitinov.
I mean, a real murder
got
name.
two black eyes from the honeymoon. It looks like.
Yeah.
That's Galitinov, the guy on the right. He's the one that was just out and about. Like, he's out, like he was gay before he went to prison. But Goodwin, the guy on the left, he's the one that said before they went out to kill someone, he said, "Let's go gay bash and let's go kill somebody." So that's why he was charged with a hate crime for killing a gay man, or as Jake said earlier, killing himself.
Isn't that something? So I guess he learned to love.
He did. He learned to love himself, most importantly.
That's nice.
He found love in a hopeless place.
That's
Hell
great.
yeah.
Prison would be the happiest
Damn,
place on the face of the
pretty.
planet. Yeah.
The victim knows if it says so.
And if he could just find a way to turn himself into water and escape through the toilet, that would be amazing. All right, so that's good. Love is in the air. I'm happy for him. Congratulations, everybody.
Yeah, that's good on them. Let's stick in the world of crime. Yeah. A Paso Robles man on trial for bank robbery put his hand into his pants, took out feces, and ate it while testifying on the stand.
That's what happens when John Waters is the judge.
Andrew Gilbertson, 40, is accused of robbing the Bank of America located at Santa Rosa and Higuera Streets in San Luis Obispo in California. While on the stand, Gilbertson said the Virgin Mary told him to rob the bank. He then said the Virgin Mary told him to eat feces.
Where is that in the Bible? Where the Virgin Mary just screams at Jesus to eat his own shit.
No, he's got dreams, man. He's got dreams.
I think that's in the book of Job.
Oh, okay.
It's actually, it depends on which gospel, because like Matthew is like Jesus totally chowed down on a turd, but John's like that never happened. It's a common.
Obviously, it would have to happen in Deuteronomy, which sounds exactly like a German sex game where dumps get taken on German chests.
I've been a customer at Bank of America for years. Let me tell you, I've been eating shit forever.
Fuck that killing everybody.
Lock them up.
Kevin, what do you think about it? You don't like the butt? You don't like the poop stuff? Would you do this to get an insanity?
No, absolutely not, man. You talking about eating shit.
Your own shit. It's your own shit, so it's already inside of you. So technically, you've kind of eaten it already.
My own shit is the worst shit, though.
Yeah.
It's like worse than other people's, man.
I mean, it's a common. I mean, if the perp eats shit, you must acquit. That is a classic legal.
That's right.
Yeah, that is right. Yeah. He's a convicted sex offender.
Oh, okay.
Yep. He's appearing in court right now with his head half shaved and a large bandage on his forehead.
Oh.
Here's a picture of Mr. Gilbertson right here. He is pleading not guilty by reason of insanity.
What's the sexual offense?
It doesn't say. I can probably figure it out. But yeah, they don't know. He entered the bank wearing a child's pink backpack and handed a teller a note demanding money, saying that the Virgin Mary told him to do it.
So he's a bank robber, a sexual offender, and then he ate the dookie on the stand.
And coprophiliac, yeah.
You think he might have pulled like a 2 girls 1 cup where it's fake?
You think so? Was that fake?
Yeah, that's the question, though.
Yeah,
just
it's
like,
fake.
Yeah, it's fake.
Yeah, it's fake.
What have I been jacking off to then? the whole world.
Wrong thing, man.
What state was this in?
This was in, let me see here. I believe it's California, yeah.
So, okay, first of all, explain to me how 2 girls 1 cup is fake, because there is definitely...
They just shoved it up inside of her and she just shit it right out. You can tell it's not fucking shit.
It's like ice cream or something.
Yeah, it's not shit. It looks like frosting or ice cream.
It's like a milkshake.
But it came out of a butt, and it's food.
It came out of a butt, yes, but it's still, if it's frosting coming out of an ass, I'll fucking eat it.
If she's a restaurant, what grade is she getting?
Oh, I mean, at least an A if she's paying the right people. I mean, I remember when Two Girls, One Cup came out, and I was like one of the few that watched it a few times.
I had to watch it a few times because everyone,
Because you
everyone
could
showed it
tell
to
it
me.
wasn't real shit.
Yeah.
It wasn't real shit.
Really?
Yeah.
I have not seen it in when did that come out? 8
Look,
years ago.
I was
I don't want to see
there
it.
you go.
It's disgusting.
It's not real
It's
shit.
not-
It looks
yeah,
like
it's not-
some ground mustard.
Yeah,
I don't
and it
know.
also cuts away before they start
Before
eating
the
it,
shit.
and it's obviously, and it's also made to look real nice and everything.
It is not made to look real nice.
No, it's not.
It's not. I don't know why you guys are freaking out. It's like fucking oat. It's like oatmeal or
It's
something.
obvious stage poop.
Yeah. You know, like when they do a commercial for fast food and on the commercial it looks real nice, and then when you actually get it, it's like, this is TV shit.
Yeah,
I love
exactly.
the idea that a guy started a business called Stage Poop, and he's like, honey, we have an order. We have an order.
We got one.
No, all right.
This Stage Poop is going to be huge. Nobody calls it in 10 years and picks a phone covered in cobwebs, starts to ring. Oh, shit, honey. I think our money's coming in. Oh, Stage Poop.
This is a real question. You're on trial, you robbed a bank, you fucked up. To get out of it, like 100%, we're going to pretend that the jury isn't idiots.
Right.
100%, you will get out of it if you just chow down on a full-on turd. Would you do it?
1,000%.
He's not going to get out of it. At the very least, he's going to go to a hospital for a
But
very long
like
time.
in his
Yeah,
mind,
that's true.
he thinks it'll work. Like if we lived in a backwards universe where it somehow worked like that.
Yep, he was interviewed and testified, and he said, "I hear voices. I see ghosts. I'm hungry."
Now we have Matt Morano's girlfriend who wants to watch his corpse die and decompose. You actually work in a courthouse, Christina.
I did in the psych department.
Did you see anybody eat their own dookie on the stand?
No, but I saw someone throw one at their lawyer.
Throw shit at their lawyer? What? Did he hit the lawyer, number one?
Yeah.
He did, and how did the lawyer react when the dookie hit his face?
Like, he expected it. It's happened a few times.
Okay, so how bad is this lawyer?
For a defendant.
How bad is the lawyer?
Yeah, he was a free lawyer.
Okay, he's a free lawyer, and he just constantly gets shit thrown at him.
Yeah, he has many stories.
Oh my God! So what happened? What did the judge do once the dookie was thrown?
Oh, no, that was in the jail cell. The judge didn't see it.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's amazing. It's tough to be a lawyer. They don't tell you that.
Public defenders have to eat a lot of shit.
Yeah, that definitely needs to be the last question of the bar exam will be, and ... How do you respond if someone throws shit at you? I continue to do my job, and then you're a lawyer.
Marcus, is that the second shit-eating video you've seen this week?
I don't even know,
I
man.
sent one to you earlier this week.
Oh, so you know for a fact you've seen at least two. Thank you, Mike.
I don't know why I thought of you when I first saw this video.
I know
but,
why.
It's a crackhead shitting and then shoving
Oh
it into a
yeah, I
wino's face.
did watch that. I totally forgot.
And
Yeah.
the wino eats it for no reason.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Well, hold on. You watched a shit video where a wino ate somebody else's dung and you forgot?
You forgot about it?
What is wrong with your brain? How does
It's a
that just
busy
blend
man.
in?
I don't know. It just does, man.
Is it John Bonet? Is that the problem? Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Everybody else remembers that, Marcus. If they were to watch that video.
Nah, my brain, it flushes stuff real fast.
Well, it's not the best
Yeah.
case of words.
It flushes. I didn't even do that on
It fucking
purpose.
flushes the shit, man. Yeah, I'm with you.
Very interesting. Well, Christina, if you think of any more Dookie or fun-related stories, feel free to let us know. We'd love to hear
I
them.
don't know. She seems like she's got one on the tip of her tongue.
What? No. Have you seen Two Dudes, One Ice Pick?
Yeah.
Oh, what's
Yeah.
that? What, two dudes, one ice pick?
It's a guy killing another guy.
Yeah. Remember, it was that
Yeah, for sure.
Requiem for a Dream? Yeah.
That or at least a rape with an ice pick.
Yeah, two guys, one ice pick. It was that gay porn star out of Canada. Killed a guy with the ice pick, then he was on the run for a while. The worst one, though, is One Guy, One Jar.
Oh, this is an anal prolapse video. You've shown
It's
it.
not an anal prolapse video, no. It's a guy.
Oh, no.
It's a guy that is slowly bending down. He's slowly sitting on a jar, a glass jar. The jar's going up his ass, and then it breaks. And he's like, and he doesn't say a word. And you can hear the crinkle of the glass in his asshole as he's like fucking picking it out. It's
A waterfall of
intense.
Dude,
blood
your
has-
Google is auto-completing off of one. All it is there is one, and it's already got one man, one jar.
Marcus, your Google, you're traumatizing that website.
But also, I am done with anal prolapse things. I'm
when
sorry.
did you start getting into them?
They're everywhere in porn, though. But like, you look up something, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, but then her anal. It's like an anal prolapse video.
Yeah,
You can't surprise that on someone because I almost vomit at the sight of an anal prolapse.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be sex. It's the inside of a butthole.
Young, innocent Jackie just wanted to see some sweet gapers.
For sure.
And then all of a sudden they pull this shit on her. And that is a crime. That is
Chuck
a shame.
Palahniuk book, remember, was it called Haunted? I don't know if you, like the first story was about an anal prolapse thing, and I couldn't read the rest of it because it was like, that makes me want to be dead. Like my ass, the inside of my asshole coming out of my asshole makes me not want to be alive anymore.
Yeah, because what's it doing out there?
It's not possible. And also, you gotta shove it back in.
Yeah, so
that's all I can
Is that
think
somebody's
about.
job on these pornos?
You gotta shove it back in. I mean, I think a dick does it, but I don't stay around to watch it.
Irene, do you love it?
No.
Okay.
No.
No.
I don't know.
I mean, some people are into it. I understand, but it's just
I don't understand it.
It's the putting back in that I just can't even imagine.
That's on par with jacking off. Do you remember when the TLC? You'll go back.
Damn, all pretty.
But yes, TLC, but the Learning Channel. Do you remember when the Learning Channel in the '90s just showed surgery videos?
That and also the birthing stories.
And you could see tits. They would show breasts, but obviously they were like the yellow, and they would cut them open and stuff. But anyway.
Yeah, it wasn't sexy breasts.
All right, land this story. Do it. You can do it.
I'm not. I'm
He's
just
not gonna
saying
do it.
that I would watch that sometimes, but not to masturbate.
you ever
But
watch-
it is equivalent
Before
of
they
masturbating
cut
to
it
that.
open.
Yeah, so I was very
Yeah.
confused because you were 14, 15 years old, so you saw titties on TV, but they were like about to get, cut open. There's a very small window where you could rationalize ejaculation.
But remember, though, like, I think it was that same time period when it was like the birthing story and then they had the wedding story afterwards. I watched it every day after school. So I'd watch someone give birth and I'd watch somebody fall in love every single day after school.
Is this just because you were a woman, the government made you do this?
I
or-
think so. I think it was just a TLC channel. I fucking love it. And then they had Trading Spaces afterwards.
Oh, I love
And I
Trading
love Trading Spaces. I love Taj. I loved everything about it.
Yeah.
But the birthing stories, I don't understand why they would actually show that on television because no one would ever procreate ever again. When you watch women have birth every single day, which I did. And I'm also not going to land this story either, Jake.
It doesn't matter.
I believe in you. There's still time.
No, there's nothing left.
It's disgusting, but the Learning Channel, that's all it was. Live birth and surgery, and it was just on TV. Very bizarre time.
Watched it a lot.
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved all the tummy tuck, like anything about tummy tucks because they had to suck out a lot of fat.
They did, and then they just have bags and bags of fat, and you can make wax out of it, and then you can also put a little wick in it, and you have a candle.
You can fix your nose if you said so. You can buy all the makeup a man can't make, but if you can't look inside you, find out who will I do. Be in a position to make me feel so damn unpretty.
Pretty.
It's just like,
I
but it's just
needed
like-
you, Irene, and you just didn't deliver enough.
but like, why did that need to happen though?
Because it's in my head now. Because now it's in my head.
So good. It's so good.
Oh man, it's funny though. You think about like during that time when like you didn't have the internet and you were a kid, the lengths you would go to see titties was crazy. Like I remember like getting National Geographic subscriptions, and then like I'd look at like tribal chicks. I'd be like sitting there like, yeah, they fucked up giving me the subscription right now. I got so many titties in this thing.
I'm from the scrambled porn generation. So, like, in theory, I've already seen messed up breasts, but, like, it was somehow appropriate.
Yeah.
Like, that
Trying
was a
to
little
see through all the snow.
Yeah.
I grew up scrambled.
It's a little
porn,
squiggly.
too.
It's still good. It's still good.
If you watch long enough on the scramble things, it would like all of a sudden come together for like 8 seconds at a time, and you just see it perfectly, but it was like red and blue.
This might be a good time to bring up This Week in Jack. And
Chris Laker does an amazing podcast.
yeah, everybody should listen to This Week in Jack on Cave Comedy Radio.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's the best podcast of all time. I've been on it. Henry's been on it as well.
I've been on it.
Everyone's been on it. I'll never forget the time I was jacking off to scrambled porn, but then this is a true story. It turned out to be the death of Timothy McVeigh. Because if you don't remember, it was on pay-per-view. What? They pay-per-viewed the death of Timothy McVeigh.
Really?
And so it was always on this, Spice, the Spice Network it was. And so you just kind of go at it, and you just pretend like you're looking at tits, so you just jack off, and then it cleared up, and I just saw Timothy McVeigh there. I think he was getting injected. And I was like, so that's led to some strange
Did you
stuff.
come?
No, at that point I stopped. At that point I went to Loveline, and I probably came when Adam Carolla said some joke, and the whole thing was
Wow,
long.
that was close. You were almost gay.
Yeah. Loveline
Gay
was so
for
confusing
death.
because they were talking about hot stuff, and there was that one hot chick, so you could kind of jack off when she was talking, but then you always
Everyone
came at the wrong
masturbated to Loveline. I 1,000% masturbated to Loveline, right?
time. Do you remember Loveline, Irene?
Yeah, no, and I'm trying to think of what was that other show that it was like almost like soft porn on MTV.
Oh, the uneducated, undressed. Yes, undressed.
I love
It was all heavy petting.
Undressed. Oh my God! Yeah, that show should not have been on
I
television for children.
masturbated to that show so many times.
Sounds like you
remember
still
that
are.
show? Do you remember that show?
I don't remember the show at all.
Undressed it took place in a high school dormitory, I think, right?
Yeah, it was a
And-
college show.
Was it college?
Yeah, I mean, they said they were in college.
Oh, okay. Oh my
They
God,
were
yeah.
all like 15.
Yeah, just a
Oh,
bunch
yeah.
of naked ass chicks. Oh,
Like, I
goodness.
shouldn't be doing this. Oh, my RA's gonna hear.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Ooh, Christina Hendricks was in an episode.
Was she really?
Get the fuck out.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's definitely softcore. It's definitely like it's porn for women.
Yeah,
1,000%.
I was raised Catholic. I'm like, oh man, this is the tits.
This is
Yeah. There she is, Christina Hendricks. I see that.
Gimme. You didn't. I don't think you even saw tits really.
No, you couldn't. It was
just
MTV.
It was like hard making out and like
Yeah.
like people. It's like, oh, I've loved him for a really long time, and like he doesn't even know I exist, and then like he comes into your dorm room. It's like that kind of thing.
Yeah, it was great.
Which is exactly what, you know what? I'd fucking still jack off to it now. Unrequited love, let's call it.
Undressed was a wonderful show that children got to see when they were our age, exactly. At the time that we saw it. All right, Marcus, what else is in the news?
All right, let's find something here. Oh, we got another jail story.
Let's do that.
Yeah, the Department of Justice has been asked to investigate after prison guards allegedly forced inmates to engage in gladiator-style fights for sadistic pleasure and betting in scenes the authorities said evoked Game of Thrones. An inmate at the San Francisco County Jail who weighed 150 pounds was allegedly forced to fight a 350-pound inmate under threat of being beaten up and shot with a taser by guards.
So they said you either go and get beaten up or we're going to beat you up.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like you can just get beat up by the fat guy and maybe you'll have a chance, or we can just beat you up and tase you.
Oh, I see.
I would take the fat guy for sure.
I mean, I think 150. It's funny because when I hear a 150-pound guy versus a 350-pound guy, I think the 150-pound guy's going to win, right?
I mean, just to put it into perspective, I weigh 150 pounds.
Okay. And, I'm 350 pounds. So I would put my money on you.
Yeah, I'd say so.
But I'd have to imagine a 350-pound guy had a name like Lord Humongulous, and like he had spiky shoulder pads, and like a mask with like metal teeth on it.
Yeah. That's
Otherwise,
different.
what's the fucking point?
So what are you in prison for? I just love it here.
Here I am a god.
Him and Robert Durst. That's great. So now these prison guards are getting in trouble for running a fight club.
4 sheriff's deputies have been accused by 3 inmates of orchestrating vicious fights for their own amusement while encouraging them with chants. One of the people that's prosecuting them said, I can only describe this as an outrageously sadistic scenario that sounds like it's out of Game of Thrones.
Christina, have you ever heard of anything like this in your legal expertise?
No, I've heard that the guards are shitty and
They are.
like they let inmates throw bleach on each other in hot water and stuff, and they are okay with that.
Yeah. The guards are sadistic, disgusting people who are glorified traffic cops with larger egos.
Yeah.
They're
Turns
terrible.
out the little guy, he got out with broken ribs, but it says the weightier opponent was also injured. So he got in a couple of good licks.
I'm sure he did. 350 isn't really a good size to be fighting. You're too fat to move.
Go for the knees, man. That's what you do. That's always the philosophy. The little guy beating up the big guy, go for the knees. They go down fast.
And that was the thing with UFC. Remember when UFC first started Ultimate Fighting Championship, there was no weight classes. So there was the one karate fella who took on the sumo wrestler. The karate guy beat the shit out of the sumo wrestler. Fat people get tired.
The inmates were told they would be rewarded with hamburgers if they won the fight.
Oh my God.
From where?
This is
From where? Store-bought burgers or just shitty
No,
ones?
this is like the tiers. Like you make it in the featherweight. That's like a microwave White Castle. You make your way up to the championship of the prison. That's like In and Out. That's like the best.
Yep.
You have to wear the hamburger on your shoulder like a belt.
So the fat guy got the hamburgers?
Fat guy got the hamburgers.
Oh, man.
They're only making him stronger.
Well, who the hell broke the first rule of Fight Club?
The ones who refused to participate were squirted with pepper spray, beaten, and transferred to dangerous housing quarters in addition to being deprived of food.
It's so bad in real life. We have a major prison problem in this country, but, make a joke about it, Matt.
No, I mean, it was just the coolest thing in Tango and Cash when they did it.
Yeah.
That movie Ricochet. It looked like so much fun. And then
right.
you hear about it happening in real life. It's just wrong.
It's very Running Man, very Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I think the documentary Ricky-O, The Story of Ricky, best explained this kind of scenario in which prisoners and inmates just have to punch each other's hearts straight through their chests just to make it in this world.
Well, an attorney for the Deputies Union, the San Francisco Deputies Sheriff's Association, called the allegations, quote-unquote, exaggerated, and said the fighting was, quote, little more than horseplay.
Horseplay?
Horseplay.
That's what they said about the raping the kids in the shower at whatever Penn State.
Oh yeah.
That
The
was
Jerry
horseplay.
Sandusky horseplay. It's the what Ray Saudi was on top at. This is such a white term, horseplay.
Yeah.
Horseplay.
Horses are rapists, though.
Yeah.
I'll agree on that.
I think I heard that if you say the word horseplay, you have to move out of the hood.
I mean, honestly, first of all, let me just get this out of the way. They were competing for bologna sandwiches, so get your facts right.
Definitely.
That's a prison burger, though.
It really is. Mm-hmm. Love a good bologna sandwich. I mean, if you're in prison, you have nothing to do. You might be kind of a dangerous person. It could be kind of fun to compete.
I feel like it's more exciting. We've all played Street Fighter.
Yes. Yeah.
It's better.
Oh, okay. I would hate to be in that prison fight club, but I would love to be one of the various goons being like, "Get him! Get him! Yeah!" Like that's the fun guy. That's the fun place to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or like chanting like "Homunculus." Like,
You mentioned something about a chant. In
Yeah,
my
yeah.
expertise, there's only one chant that gets a fight going, and that's fight, fight. So what? Is there any details on?
No, it doesn't say what. I wish there was details on what the chant was, but
Yeah.
we don't. Unfortunately, we don't know.
I'm assuming it's not that creative.
It's probably not that.
I think it's probably
fight.
Yeah.
Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone about this.
These prisoners probably weren't that upset about it, though, in the first place. I wouldn't be. I'm already fucking in prison. I'm like, oh shit, they're gonna make me fight. Oh, I'm a slave. I gotta fight all this shit. But I'm like, oh shit, but they playing the Guile theme song? Oh, let's do this.
dun, 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 dun,
They wouldn't let us watch a Super Bowl, so this is all we got.
Yeah, just give them Xboxes. Seriously, like all this prison shenanigans would just stop if you just let them be entertained.
Oh yeah,
Damn, I gotta fucking get home and fuck up E Honda.
Yeah, I see myself. I'd be a good like Vega type character. Real fast. Give me a claw. Give me a mask. I'll be great.
Absolutely.
I mean, if I was in prison in a fight club, I would be crying and shitting in a corner.
Yeah. That's your special move.
Ultimate technique.
Finish me.
Oh, Stanley Harris, the largest man in his group of inmates, was taunted by deputies who forced him to do push-ups to train for the fights.
See, that's the worst part about the story. Like,
Yeah.
that's just sad.
Yeah, but
Don't make somebody. It's like if he's gonna get the shit beat out of him, wants to get the shit beat out of him.
But they
you
wanted
know?
him to win.
Yeah,
they had
wanted him to
money
do
on
good.
it.
They trained him.
yeah,
It's like fantasy football, but if you actually had control over the athlete.
It's like the most fucked up version of the Karate Kid story you've ever heard in your entire life.
I just wanted this big old fatty to get in shape. It's
It
not
could have
bad.
been a great montage.
Yeah.
You can do it, Porky. We believe in you. Also, we'll tase you if you don't do it.
God, prison guards are terrible. It would be fun to watch them get murdered.
yeah.
They have a hard time.
No, they don't.
Watch
They
Natural
love their
Born.
job.
Watch the last 30 minutes of
Yes.
Natural Born Killers. You'll have a lot of fun.
Prison guards love their job. They love it. They have one of the highest job approval ratings of any industry in the country.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
What about that guy?
What's that?
They get a lot of overtime.
They get a lot of overtime pay, and they get to run fight clubs, and they get to control a bunch of people.
Wait, so what are they charged with?
They were charged with. Let me see here. No, they're not charged with anything right now. They're just investigating.
They're probably going to get a reality
Go
show
under
out of
the
it.
rug.
Yeah.
It's just entertainment. They got to put some cameras in that damn place.
I would watch the
live stream
reality
it.
show.
Absolutely.
And then
When
they would make a
die-
bunch of money.
When they die in the prison fights, you put a camera in the casket and you can watch their fucking body rot.
Bam, money.
That's right. You bet on that. We're going with the left eye, right, Chris?
Yeah, left.
Okay.
Right eye's a stronger one.
Is that right?
Yeah, if they're right-eyed.
These are your hot tips.
All right, now it's time for a segment from Jake Young.
Oh, God. Holdenators, hi. Did I do it right? Fuck.
Yeah, I like it.
Don't be a fan of Holden. You're a beautiful human being. You deserve better in your life. In this segment, the Roundtable of Gentlemen are part of an elite heist group, and they got to take down Fort Knox. You have to describe your role in the robbery. There's lots of choices. You get wheelman, seductress, seductioner, explosives,
Can I be the
karate
money?
dude.
Wait, you want us to describe our own role
How are
in
you
this?
going to help this heist? Because Fort Knox is full of sweet, delicious, edible gold.
No, Fort Knox is actually empty. There's no
Well,
gold in
that's what
Fort
Ron
Knox.
Paul says.
That's not what Ron Paul says. That's the fact.
Oh, fine. Then if we're going by Die Hard 3 rules, you're Fort Knox. And below wherever the gold is in New York. That's fine.
It was in Tower 1. It was in Tower 1.
was in
and then
Tower
they
1?
moved it.
Oh, okay, good.
Wait, Tower 1 doesn't exist.
When did they move it?
And
Did they
it-
possibly move it on September 10th?
Oh!
There's no gold in Fort
Probably right
Knox.
around then. I'd say 10:15 in the morning.
The point is, you're the
Confidence
elite
based
squad.
economy.
Marcus is the ringleader, and you got to tell him what you're going to do to contribute to the heist.
I'm the car.
You're the car?
You can't. That's what I was thinking.
What kind of car?
He's
Wait.
not even in turn, but you also.
I'm the
can't
world's.
now.
I'm the world's first human car.
Oh, you're the car itself.
Yeah. That's it. So everyone hops on me, and then I.
Does anybody even here have a car? I could borrow my girlfriend's 98 Camry, so that's me.
That's an asset right there.
Yeah.
Wheelman.
All right, Chris Laker, how are you going to be the best wheelman?
I got a car.
All right,
Yeah, that's pretty
fair.
And a license.
Jackie, how are you gonna get this job done?
Oh man, I'm doing it with food, baby. I'm gonna go in there. I'm going to seduce all of the guards and everything with my Italian ways. I'm gonna come in there and be like you boys look hungry, and talk them into the fact that they're hungry, and be like, I think that you guys need to sit down. I brought all these things. No, you're gonna sit down. Just have them sit down. I brought chicken parmesan. Everybody sit down. I made this food so you could eat it, and everyone's gonna sit down and enjoy it. I'm gonna have plates. I'm gonna have parmesan. I'm gonna have sauce. I'm gonna do the whole thing. I'm gonna start them off with some garlic bread. I'm gonna have a whole dip. I'm gonna have a tiramisu afterwards. I'm gonna be the one that gets them all because I'm going to guilt them into sitting down and eating while you guys do whatever you
Just
gotta
cheese,
do.
screaming, and guilt.
I can guilt anyone into anything.
As an Italian man, I have a rock hard dick.
Oh my God, Jackie, the best sauce I've ever had.
Oh,
I got good
the
sauce.
be-
I
the
mean,
best
don't tell
sauce.
my
So
cuisine, but
disgusting.
I got good sauce though.
Yeah, but we don't want to.
She's got real good sauce.
I gotta see
Marcus,
about
when you
this
say
sauce,
it-
man. I gotta see about this sauce.
You gotta have some of the sauce. Yeah.
I'm all ready.
Am I the only one
you're
not?
up next.
Could you start selling this sauce around comedy shows?
Yeah, is it better than Racine
trying
sauce?
to get up. I'm not trying to get up on Racine's business here, but we have had conversations, and I do want to say we both know how to make a good sauce.
Mike
Racine.
sauce is fucking great. It is.
Yeah, we haven't had my sauce.
Mike Racine is.
Are we still talking about pasta? Because it sounds a lot dirtier now.
I know. That's what I thought immediately too. Mike Racine is a great stand-up comedian. YouTube, he's on Conan, right? Find him on Conan. He's a great friend. And a great
But
comic.
you gotta start selling that sauce. Get him back to the garbage truck.
If I sell the sauce, then I'm not going to be able to get these guards all riled up because then you could get that sauce at any fucking comedy show in New York City. What I'm saying is I got my own special sauce, and if they want it, they got to come around.
You make a good point, though, Kevin. I failed to remember.
Are Chuckle Huts in there? Can I?
Yeah, sure.
Memorano.
Yeah.
I feel like you got skills.
I'm just gonna eat the sauce.
That's good. That's good. All right, Matt. What role do you want?
Me?
Yeah, in the heist.
Well, okay. Well, I'll be there. I'll dress as a guard, and I'll be the first
my
one.
hype man.
Yeah.
Inside man.
I'll
That's
be
a
the
role.
first
That's real.
one. I'll be like, oh fuck, come on, fellas, it's okay.
I need you as much as
Oh, you can't come on too strong though. You have to be like a little uncertain at first.
Maybe I'll rip off a piece of garlic knot. I'll dip it in the sauce. I'll bite it, and then I'll go, oh.
Is my mother alive again?
That's great. Well,
I'll
that's
slowly get sold over to it.
That's very nice. Christina, yourself?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. Can I be like a puppy that distracts the guards?
Absolutely.
Can I be a thing?
Yeah, we'll dress her up.
Yeah.
All right, Irene.
I would be the lookout because I was also thinking getaway car.
Oh, that's
But you already
great.
took that.
No, I'm
Yes.
done. No, you can have getaway car because I actually figured out what I can do. You know, when you have a heist, people are, they're alerted by the fact they might be robbed when people carry in bags. I have so much loose skin, I'm the bag.
Genius.
So, boom.
genius.
So you can be the car. I used to be really fat, but now I found the reason why I was fat. So I can
Is
steal a
that
bunch of
man
money.
just filled with money? He's so lumpy. Oh, that's just Kissel. He's fine. He's fine.
But Irene, what kind of car are you gonna drive? Like, how are you gonna do it?
Oh, some sick Mustang, like some black all leather.
Irene-
No, yeah, it would be jacked out.
Nah, dude,
Ooh, that's
I gotta go with the camera. You want to blend in. You gotta blend into the scene, man. We can't go flashy here. We're going 98 Toyota Camrys.
Cuban.
Super flashy.
Kevin, yourself?
Oh, myself, man. My role is dude who supplies the snakes.
Again, Kevin, we do not need snakes for the job. Always bring snakes on the job.
I show up with fucking mad coral snakes, and here's the thing: there's coral snakes, and there's that other shit. That's the other snake that looks just like the coral snake.
Black on
One
red,
of them is
friend to friend.
poisonous. One of them is not. Right? That's the confusion.
Red on black, friend.
I don't even fucking remember, and that's what helps. I just let these snakes loose. People are confused.
Are they coming out of the vents?
They're coming out of my fucking coat, man.
Oh, because you can make it through the metal detector.
Yeah, exactly, because they're snakes. So I let them loose. People are confused.
Yeah.
Some people are happy because, oh shit, it's snakes. And then other people are like fucking terrified because it's snakes.
Yeah.
And that's how I supply the winning addition to this heist.
Yeah.
Very great.
Fucking coral snakes.
Big. Who knew you
Yeah.
needed them, Mike?
Here's what I do. I make fake credentials. I walk up in that place and I'm like, hey guys, it's me, Dave Knox Jr., son of Dave Knox, owner of Fort Knox. And I say, I'm going to be taking over the family business pretty soon. So give me the tour, and I gotta let you guys in the back door while I'm doing that.
Of course.
And then, someone's got some knockout gas, and we set the whole goddamn thing in motion.
Perfect,
I
Mike.
like that.
A lot of
Dave Knox Jr. never lets you down.
Yeah. No,
Can
he
I
doesn't.
change mine? Yeah. I want to be the guy that shoots somebody too early. You know?
That's not helping with the heist, though.
It speeds up the timeline.
We said we were going to do this clean. Also, I call dibs on borderline racist Chinese acrobat. I'm
We
gonna
gotta find one.
I'm gonna
You mean-
I'm gonna be in like a Catherine Zeta-Jones catsuit. I'm gonna wriggle through lasers.
Like
it's gonna
in
be amazing.
Zorro?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Or no, entrapment.
I'm gonna be on
All the
entrapment
lasers
duty.
in Zorro. I forgot about that.
She's so sexy in Zorro. All I think about is like, I think sex, I think everything.
Everything about you is just tomato sauce, TLC, and Catherine Zeta-Jones.
I don't think it's a bad thing.
When Banderas takes a lightsaber and slices that woman's clothes without cutting her at all, great part of the movie.
You guys didn't remember entrapment either.
I loved entrapment. Yeah.
Nobody remembers entrapment.
I'm more of a fan of the Thomas Crown affair.
Oh.
That Renee.
I'm gonna boo you, Marcus. I'm sorry.
Renee Russo. Come on, man.
Oh, I love
Yeah, she's
Renee.
naked in it.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
She's not hot. She's not as hot as Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Well, she's not, but she's naked in the Thomas Crown
No,
affair.
but they're like sad little like sunny side up tits.
It's totally fine. I'm not
I
fucking
only like my
discriminating.
tits scrambled.
That's what I
Or hard boiled.
Yeah, like hard-boiled. You have cancer. Oh, okay. That's how I like my tits. Marcus. So Kevin won.
I mean, what am I? Who's the winner? How am I picking a winner?
Who's the most valuable to the scheme?
Most
Kevin's got snakes. I mean, I am the
do
bag,
have
which is
snakes,
actually
yeah,
pretty
think about
The
important.
bag is pretty
Super
important.
There's no money without the bag.
I know there's no money without the.
They're used. So as the puppy, I can bite the bad guys when they're trying to
We're
chase
the bad
you.
We're the bad guys.
But no, in this
I mean the
situation,
good
the
guys,
security
when they're
guards are
trying
the
to
bad
chase
guys.
Oh no! One guard is like he finally sees us while he's eating the sauce. Like he's like, "Hey, wait a minute! What are you guys doing here?" And then you bite his ankle, and he's like, "Oh!" And then we shoot him in the fucking brain.
It just looks like sauce, so we cover it all up.
Chris
No, it's Chris Laker who shoots him, and then we're like, "Chris," and he's like, "I'm sorry, I got excited." And then it all.
He was reaching for something.
Honestly, it just kind of all works out, Mark. 'Cause I don't know. I feel like we're a really good team.
I think this is a great team.
I will say though, puppies bite, snakes also bite. But the thing is, you cannot shoot a snake. The width, it's impossible. It's a statistic impossibility to shoot a snake.
Unless you're a sharpshooter, then you could just blow his head.
But
right
how
off.
many of those are left?
You're right. You are right.
I don't know. I think the whole team is integral. We can't undo any of these. We can't do without any of these people.
Do this?
Let's do it.
I think we can do this. We've got our cook. We've got our impersonator.
Dave Knox.
We've got our Chinese acrobat. Yes, Dave Knox. We've got our Chinese acrobat. We've got our snake wrangler. We've got our bag. We've got our inside man. We've got our puppy. We've got our driver. We've got our man who shoots early, but also our man
provide the car,
who
though.
provides the 98 Toyota Camry.
And Jackie with the
And it's not even in my name. It's in my girlfriend's dad's name.
Oh my
So he's going to jail.
Oh my God!
All right, now those of you listening at home and you hear about this on the news, don't tell them it was us.
Right.
I trust you as an audience. You can keep us safe.
Man, I've never felt so ready to commit a crime in my entire life.
I actually understand the excitement of planning a crime. And it is really fun. It really brings everybody together.
Yeah, we all think about our strengths, our weaknesses. You know,
Yeah,
we
man,
really
I gotta go to the pet store.
After that body, I gotta get that body contour surgery delayed. All right, Jackie Zebrowski, thanks so much for being here, Chris Laker. Listen to This Week in Jackie and Chris Laker, Micah Fox, a great podcast here on Cave Comedy Radio. Thanks for being here, Chris.
Thank you.
Mike Gilt, thank you, Mike. And you have you do a show here monthly as well, right?
I do a show here every month called Movie Night with Mike. It's the funnest show in New York
It's
City.
one of the best shows I've ever done in the Creek.
Thank you,
by
Jackie.
far.
I've had mostly everyone else, and I'm going to bug everybody else that I haven't had on yet repeatedly on the internet until you do it.
Very good. Jake Young, you got Nerd of Mouth. Anything else happening?
You can follow the stuff I do at dorkly.com. And Holden, let me just say, don't fuck your mom. Lizards are weird.
I had to sneak it in at the end. I had to sneak it in.
Unbelievable. Kevin Barnett, check out Friends of the People. That'll be debuting soon.
Yeah, sometime in the summer, man. They gave a date. I forgot.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
How's filming going, though? You got to meet Jake the Snake and a whole bunch of pro wrestlers are all over your show this second
Yeah,
season.
a bunch of wrestlers, man. No, it's been dope. It's been way smoother and stuff, and we've had some pretty cool guests and shit.
And it's like people are clamoring for Jackie Zebrowski to come back, and she's not coming back this season. And I know people are clamoring for it. But, you know, you got a little Henry Zebrowski out there. So somewhere out there.
Matt Morano, thank you, Matt. Thank you, Christina, Matt's extremely beautiful girlfriend. Thank you, Irene Morales.
Brooklyn Bellhop at Instagram.
All right. Find us all on Twitter. We'll talk to you soon.
Nobody knows the lyrics.
There are no cats in America, and the streets are paved with cheese. There are no cats in America.
Set your mind at ease.